I am going to attempt to read for 24 hours straight. I do have somebody to keep me awake. Are you looking? Were you just staring off into the distance? Also, I messed this up. So I'm not at my house. I am at Monica's. I don't think you can see her anymore, but she's still over there. I was like, hey, I'm coming to your house and we're going to read for 24 hours and not sleep. And for some reason, she agreed with me. So here I am. I brought a very large stack of books with me. So we'll see what I get into. I do have 2 or 3 priority books because I am going to some book events and I need to know if I should get signed copies. So the first one I don't have because my library lied to me and said it was going to be here in time, but it was not. And that is Clown in a Cornfield. And then at that same event is A Better World by Sarah Langan. I've never heard of this book or this author, but she's the only author at this event that I have not read something from, so I wanted to get to this. I'm also going to another book event in about a month, and the author of The Future of Another Timeline, Annalee Newitz, is going to be there. So since I've owned this for a while, I figured I should finally get to it and see if I should get it signed. Ooh, my voice just sounded really weird. And then also, Monica and I are doing a buddy read of babyx by Kiara so that whenever we are going to get coffee and do things like that, we can listen to the audiobook together. And then I have some other options. We will see how this goes. Hopefully I do get to my priority books, but I wanted to have some things in case I DNF, as I am prone to do in situations like this and just in general. So it is the night before. We are getting up at 4 in the morning. We'll probably start at like 4:15. Yeah, maybe. Monica's husband Matt gets up for work at 4, so we're just going to get up at the same time, and I don't know what time we'll start. Somewhere between 4 and 4:30. I'm really scared. So the next time I see you, it will be not bright and early, but it will be very early. Let's grab some books from my shelves to take. Monica and I picked a buddy read. So we both have this book. So we're doing a buddy read of this for if we're in the car or anything like that. I also want to read this because I'm going to an event. Oh, this book is so dirty. With this author. So I want to know if I should get this signed. And I have one kind of straight up thriller that I didn't get this year. So I want to get to that because I found that thrillers, if I don't read them pretty soon after they were published, I tend to read something similar that I like more, and then I'm disappointed. So I want to try to prioritize this. These are all top priorities. And then also I need to go to the library before I leave and pick up one book. The other one I placed a hold for is not going to be here in time, but they are both for other author events that I'm going to go to, so I want to know if I should get a copy to get signed. I also have this from the library, and it's pretty short, so I'm going to add this to my stack as well. It's 4 a.m. I have every regret. Monica is not even here, but I'm starting. I'll go to bed without her in 24 hours. Kiara and I are ready. Look who finally decided to join me. Also, we match. It is too early to be filming a vlog clip, but it's 2 hours in. It is 6:15 in the morning. The sun is finally up. Sunrise is at 6:03 today. I don't know why this was a decision that was made by me, but here we are. I am 62% into Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar. This is a YA slasher, and I'm enjoying it, but like I don't have any real feelings about it. I was worried about this one with it being YA. Like I wasn't sure if I was going to really love it because I feel like usually I'm more on the like it's fine / I don't like it side, but every once in a while I do love YA horror. And like I don't have any real issues with this, but also I'm not invested in any way. Like I don't care. Where I am right now, we are in the slashing part, but I just don't really care about any of the characters, so I don't really care about what's going on. Also, like the kill scenes are not very unique or exciting to me, which is why I usually like slashers, which I don't know what that says about me, but like this doesn't feel very like inventive or anything. And yes, it is 4 years old at this point, but it's just not a favorite. I lost a fingernail, so that's unfortunate. I guess one of Monica's cats stole it in the night. But they've been on for a while, so I expected them to come off soon. I was gonna glue it back on, but whatever, I don't really care. Those are the things that I should be talking about at 6 in the morning. I really don't know what our plan is other than obviously reading. I think we're going to maybe take a little walk around her street. She's not really in like a neighborhood. Also, it's really weird to be able to say the word walk out loud without having a giant dog coming after me, because he's so excited. I'm gonna get back to reading. I have, I think, 3 hours and 20 minutes left at recorded speed of the book, so that'll take me an hour and 7 minutes on 3 times speed. I'm enjoying this, but also like I don't care about it that much either, so I don't know, probably 3 stars. I'm gonna start thinking about what I'm gonna read next too, because I want some variety in things. I don't want to read like all of my horror books at once, so I'll have to check out my stack. I also like can steal something from Monica's shelves if I really want to. I would like to go to sleep, but there's still 22 hours left, so I'm really scared.
A light flowing water. The beachside spa in Laguna Beach was 45 miles from her tiny apartment in the foothills of the Santa Ana Mountains. So Quinn has spent the last 11 mornings.
We are almost 3 hours in. I got 2 drinks. It's so stupid. It's so scared. It's so stupid. Sing along if you know it. This is an intrusive thought that is making its way out because I got 5 hours of sleep and have to stay up for the next 24 hours. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Little Einsteins. There you go. We are 5 hours in. Is that how math works? 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's 5 hours. Monica's, she has a timer going so she doesn't have to do math. Okay. Monica's cat is trying to get into the cabinet to get toys because Monica doesn't let her cats have fun. So rude. So I just needed you all to know that animal abuse is happening here. As you can hear. She's trying to get out of the cabinet. I love it. Yeah, she's actually stuck in there. I'll save her when I'm done because I'm a nice person. Ooh, okay, the coffee has kicked in. I would just like to show you. I only have this much left. Monica's is like up to here. I have a problem with chugging drinks. In my Patreon Discord, there was a time where we were literally measuring the amount of liquid you took per sip. It was like a whole thing. So yeah, why do I have coffee on my hand? How did that happen? I'm so confused. Okay, putting this down. We're not that far into this and what is happening? Okay, I have finished Clown in a Cornfield. I'm going to give this one 3 stars. I think it was fine. I think it was kind of boring for a slasher. It is YA, so like, it is what it is. I think that like the messaging behind it, like, great. And I don't have any like issues with it, but as a slasher, it was fine. I don't care about much that happened, but like when I was listening to the audiobook, it was fine. So there is that. My first book is done. Monica and I did start babyx in the car. We are 22 pages in. I'm not really sure when we plan on actually doing much reading of this. We'll probably go out and get, I don't know, food, more coffee, something later. I did get 2 drinks from Dunkin', so who knows what we're doing. But I think the plan might be once we're in for the night, then I'll like switch to this one because we wanted to have something that we could read in the car and stuff. But this is a sci-fi thriller, so I'll be getting to that later. But like a little bit into that. I don't know what to do. So these are my top 2 priorities. I don't know if I really want to read The Future of Another Timeline at this moment. Monica's slowly panning up to me. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one right now, even though I probably should, because later I'm going to be reading a more sci-fi book, and this one is sci-fi, so that I'm not reading them at the same time if I end up doing that. But I think I am going to read A Better World by Sarah Langan. I don't know anything about this other than the author is going to be at the event that I'm going to next weekend, which is the same one that I read Clown in a Cornfield for. This is a out-of-the-box satirical thriller about a family's odyssey into an exclusive enclave for the wealthy that might not be as ideal as it seems. I didn't read this synopsis. I'm just here. So, I also don't really want to read this one right now because it's the longest book that I have, but Monica told me that I should get it out of the way. She's not wrong, but I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. I love cats. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably A Better World. That makes the most sense because I want to know if I should get a copy to get signed. I will not be getting Clown in a Cornfield signed because, like, 3 stars is not enough for me to care about that. I'm feeling a little delusional. I also feel like I'm gonna crash very soon, even though I should not be at that point yet. Maybe I shouldn't chug coffee. I'm gonna go and read or something. Monica's just like judging me over there. Okay, bye. Not a reading update, but I am forcing Monica to do an unhaul and reorganize things in here so that we have something to do also. That's funny. The cats are fighting. I am struggling to stay awake. It's really, really bad. Like, if I get comfortable at all, within 3 seconds, I'm like, I should just go to sleep. But I can't do that because we have not been reading as much as I expected. I was like, Monica, do you want to just like redo your bookshelves? And then we didn't read. I thought we were going to be able to listen to audiobooks during that. Nope, did not work. But I have been doing some reading. I haven't finished anything. Monica and I made it 20% into babyx by Kiara. I talked earlier, like, briefly about this being our buddy read. It's a sci-fi thriller where you can, like, hand pick traits for your children. Oh, yeah, you can also create the whole situation with any person's cells. So, like, you could steal a celebrity's hair and then have their baby. Like, that's weird. We're following this, like, famous dude, and he is kind of being targeted. He's, like, a rock star and very popular, and he has this lady who was like, hey, I want to be your, what does she call it, BioGuard. So he performs on stage, and then she immediately comes out and, like, disinfects the mic and picks up any hairs that he dropped from the state he dropped that fell out of his hair, out of his head. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. And, like, then they form this relationship, and then there's this lady who's a surrogate, and we know that she ends up, like, claiming, like, in the first chapter that she is having this guy's baby, even though that's, like, not supposed to be the thing. Then there's someone else whose parents are, like, 80 years old, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have a baby, and the life expectancy is significantly longer, and, like, people are pretty physically active, like, through, like, 110 or something. So it's not, like, that weird, but also there's this big stigma around it. So she was not conceived with this, like, baby picking thing. So she's, like, feeling very vulnerable with that. So there's a lot going on. It's very interesting so far, and I am enjoying this. So yeah, 62 pages in, which is 20%. I don't know if we're leaving anymore today. We talked about getting ice cream at one point. I truly don't know. So we might listen to a little bit more of this together. But if not, I will be, like, after a certain point, switching to the audiobook of this so I can definitely finish that. I have also been reading A Better World by Sarah Langan. This book is too long. The audiobook does not need to be almost 15 hours. And it's only 354 pages, so I really don't understand why that is happening. Like, the audiobook should only be probably 10 and a half hours. I'm clearly an audiobook speed expert. So in this, we are following this I don't know. It's a dystopian kind of world where climate change has, like, really impacted things. And there's this utopian society where, like, everything is perfect, but you are, like, vetted to be there, and you have very specific jobs, and you like have to be happy and all this stuff, but they get there and they're being hazed by everybody, and it's like a bad time. There's the couple and then their 2 kids, they're twins. And then the wife gets invited into this group called Hollow, which seems a little cult-like, but she was a doctor before, so her skills are like what brings her into this thing. So there's clearly something going on in this neighborhood. Like, it's weird, and there's been some interesting events that are like pretty horrific, but there's something behind it. I think it's both interesting and boring at the same time. I don't know how that's happening, but I'm struggling a little bit with it. I also am liking, there's these like resident guidebook things in here. So we're getting parts of that. And the concept itself is really interesting. I just think it's so slow. So I am going to be putting this down for now. I do think I want to finish this by the end of the night, but I cannot just continue reading this. I don't know what I'm going to switch to, but because I knew that we were pretty much halfway into the day, well, the 24 hours, I switched to Cursed Bunny. I've already read the first 3 stories in here, so I just read 2 more. One called The Frozen Finger, and then one called Snare. And they were both fine. They were weird and unexplained, which is kind of what you get from this. I don't know if I specifically enjoyed them, but I didn't dislike them, so that's how that's going. I think I'm just going to slowly read this throughout the day when I kind of need a break from what I'm doing, or just have like a short time period to read something. So that's how everything is going. I am going to start a 4th book, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to read, because I was thinking about doing 1 because it was short, but then everything says it's a slog to get through. And I was like, well, I have this thriller, but apparently it's very slow paced. So I'm like, do I want that? I don't know. I'm trying to read books from my shelves, so it's really rude that the library books are the ones that are calling to me. But at the moment, since I'm talking to you, I'm feeling pretty awake, but as soon as I shut up, I'm going to be so tired again. So that's really unfortunate. I did get 2 drinks from Dunkin' though, and I might have to break another one out soon. Then the caffeine crash is gonna get me, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know how I'm gonna make it another 12 hours. It's going to be quite the time. And I'm really scared, but generally I am enjoying what I'm reading. I just need to like break things up more, because I'm very easily bogged down right now, and I cannot be having that anymore. I feel like one of those fancy official people when I'm holding my mic, but I'm outside and it's a little windy, so wanted to have this. Yeah, welcome to the podcast, Monica says. I have made it halfway into Gone Tonight by Sarah Peckin, and I have read a couple, 3, 4, I don't know how many books she has with Greer Hendricks, but I read all of them. One of them was 5 stars, and the other ones weren't as good as that one. That's all I remember. Oh, I had this signed. So in this one, we are following, I don't know her name, I don't know anybody's name ever. We are following Ruth, and she is on the run from her past, and she has a daughter, Catherine, who she is trying to protect from her past. So we are learning about everything that happened that she is running from, and then also watching in like the present time where she is starting to forget things, and there's this like diagnosis of Alzheimer's, and watching the 2 of them deal with that. So Catherine is starting to question some things about her mom. Things are suspicious, and obviously her mom is hiding secrets that she doesn't want her to know, but it seems like she's lying about a lot of things, not just like she didn't let her know things. There's some evidence that has come up that makes her believe that something more sinister is going on. I'm really enjoying this. It is keeping my attention the whole time. I am significantly more awake than I have been the rest of the day, so maybe that is helping. But I am going to switch to A Better World, I think, and try to finish that up, because I think this, out of the books I'm reading, is the best bet to read until 4 in the morning, because it's the least complicated and like requires least amount of brain power. This one doesn't require a lot of brain power either, but I was struggling a little bit with it earlier, so I'm hoping that now that I'm pretty awake, I won't have that issue, because this one has a lot of potential, but I wasn't really loving it earlier. But I think I can finish all 3 of the books that I'm reading. I don't really expect to go back to Curse Bunny, but on the off chance I have a little bit of time, I'll maybe read another story or 2. I'm probably 40% into this one, 50% into Gone Tonight, and only 20% into babyx, so I'm probably going to be cutting it close, but I think 4 books is pretty good in 24 hours. So I'm going to get back to reading. We are sitting outside on Monica's little deck. It's very nice. I feel like I have more to say, but I don't, so goodbye.
Word, he's toast at the same time as reading Extra Toasty.
Yeah?
What are the odds?
Yeah.
What's happening?
That's a great question. What is happening? It's a little early for you to be acting like this. Monica's putting stuff back on her bookshelf. And the cat is just gonna creep. Did you say you don't know what to do? She's now hunkered under her desk, so I don't really know why she just crawled over there. Anyway, it's 11:50 p.m. Kiara, you cannot eat that. We spent some time redoing Monica's shelves earlier, and like they look, there you go, they look incredible. So I take all the credit.
So rude.
She didn't mess with it, but it was my idea, so that's why I take the credit. I have finished A Better World. I'm conflicted on my feelings on this because I feel like in theory this should have worked so well for me, and I liked the discussions in it, but I did not like the execution, and like I wish I would have stopped reading it a while ago. The problem was I couldn't tell if I was liking it or not for the longest time. And by the time I was like, I don't really think I'm liking this, it was too late. I had listened to too much of this book, so I think I might give it 2 stars. Like, I found it so boring in execution. The ideas were very interesting, but I feel like the way that it wrapped up, I want more of that stuff earlier in the book to make it more interesting. Like, this did not need to be this long. And I do think the audiobook narrator was a little bit slow, which made it the almost 15 hours, even though it's only 350 pages. But like, this could have been cut by at least 50 pages, and I think it would have been a lot better. I also don't love books in third person. I feel like I'm not as connected, especially like thrillers. I feel like it just doesn't work as well for me, so I just felt so detached from everything. So kind of sad about this. And this is only my 2nd book that I finished, and it is midnight, and we have like 4 hours and 20 minutes left or something at this point. But I am halfway into Gone Tonight, so I will absolutely be able to finish this. I did the math, and at 3 times speed, both of these books will take me 4 hours and 20 minutes. So that is cutting it pretty much exactly, not cutting it. That is putting me pretty much exactly at 4:15. But if I film a vlog clip when I finish one of them, I don't know if I'll have enough time. So we'll see. I don't know what's going on. I have not reached my delusional stage yet. Somebody else has.
Not me.
Who is it?
It's not me. It's Kiara.
Is your name Kiara now? Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna get back to reading because I do want to finish both of these. I'm really liking both of them. I should have just DNF'd the other book so I had plenty of time to get through both of these, but like, I was being stubborn. So why am I like this? It's 2 in the morning. I am slowly dying. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this for another 2 hours. But I'm getting pretty close to being done with babyx. I'm like 70% in at this point. I just got to... Wait a second. Okay, maybe I'm not as far as I thought. I'm 192 pages and I just got to part 3. I'm really liking this. I think that it's having... It has a lot of like Dear Lord, do not film vlog clips at 2 in the morning after being awake for this long. You will have 0 brain power, so that's fun. Also, am I losing my voice? Monica and I have been whispering because Matt is asleep, so my voice sounds very hoarse right now. Just super quick, I'm still really liking babyx. I am invested. There's 3 different characters we're following, and I'm liking all 3 pretty equally. I think that a lot of fun like reveals have happened. I've guessed not all of them, but like a decent amount. I'm like, yes, but there's clues that are left for you to figure it out. I think it's done really well. So I just wanted to check in. 22 hours in, well, almost. Technically, this is still 4:15. But I'm still on track to finish this like right after, I think. So I should be good to finish this and Gone tonight. I'm absolutely not going to read any more of Cursed Bunny. But my headphones are dying. My phone is dying. I am dying. Hopefully I have more energy next time I talk to you. Hi, I was correct. I was a lot further in than I just told you. I'm actually at part 4, not part 3. But my brain cannot comprehend numbers anymore. It just hit 3 o'clock. I have finished babyx. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give you actual thoughts in my wrap up because I want to get back into Gone tonight so I can get as much read in this. I think I'll have a little bit that I won't get to, so I'll have to talk to you about that later, but I'm like exhausted but surprisingly doing okay. But I'm also filming this clip like this, so maybe I'm not. We have finished. I didn't quite get to the end of Gone tonight, but I don't know, not very long left. There's a party in here now. Monica came in. The cats are coming in here. You coming to congratulate us? Just in secret. Okay. I will give you my final thoughts on this whenever I actually finish it, but I am liking it. Things didn't start off the best for my reading, but my last couple things were good. So oh, there you are. I also didn't get to one of my books that I said was a priority, but it wasn't a real priority, so it's fine. The real priority is me going to sleep though. So I will talk to you again when I have a brain and can remember what I did in the last 24 hours. I'm going to sleep. Regrets. I have a bit more of a brain, so I wanted to give you my final thoughts on the 2 books that I didn't really talk about at the end. I also did not read any more of Cursed Bunny other than the 2 stories that I read. So that was like 40 pages of Cursed Bunny. I think everything else that I read was around 350 pages, so I read tons of pages in this. Didn't love everything. A Better World was 2 stars. Clown in a Cornfield was 3 stars. And then I think the next one, based on rating, would probably be Gone Tonight, but they were pretty close. I think I'm gonna give both of these 4.5 stars. Gone Tonight went in a different direction than I was expecting, but I ended up really enjoying it, even though it had a lot of domestic elements in it that aren't always my favorite, but it was more of a mother-daughter exploration versus like a couple. There's a little bit of that, but it's not the main focus, so I ended up really enjoying this one. This author just came out with another book. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it because I haven't heard the best things about it, but I ended up really enjoying this one. And then also 4.5 stars for babyx. I really liked the themes in here, the exploration on children and being able to like pick certain things about them and all of the reveals that happen in here. Even though some of it was a little predictable to me, the way that it was done was just very interesting and it kept my attention the whole time and I really enjoyed it. At some point there will be another 24-hour readathon happening, but there's a fun twist that we have decided to add to the next one. I'm so excited for it. Like, do I want to stay up for another 24 hours anytime soon? No. But I kind of want to just because of the edition that's coming. If you've made it to the end and want to leave me an emoji to say you were here, you can leave me an X. You could type an X, or I'm like thinking of like the big red X. Monica has a vlog coming as well, so I will have her linked in the description. And I will see you very soon. Bye.